What is going on, everybody? We are back on it. One Piece episode 227. Last episode was 98% filler. I think that's finally, we're done with the whole Davy back, Foxy, Pirate. I think we're done with that. I'm sure we'll see him again, but I think that little whole thing is done. But last episode, we ended with, to my knowledge, the first Admiral that we've seen. I'm not sure when we had that kind of warlord meeting. There were some other Marines there. I can't remember if any of them were referred as admirals or anything. I'm not sure, but as far as I'm concerned, this is the first Admiral we've run into. I'm thinking he ranks above Captain Smoker that we've seen, a part of the Navy. Aokiji, I think is how it's pronounced and spelt. When we first saw him, I thought, and when I first saw him last episode for like the 10 seconds he was on screen, and then seeing Nico's reaction, I thought maybe they were like brother and sister, both tan skin, both black hair. But now that I think about it, and I think he made the comment about like, oh, she looks more grown or something like that, I wouldn't be surprised if the history between those two is maybe he was the admiral that was trying to hunt or track her down whenever she kind of got the reputation she did when she was a kid, or whatever she had going on. That's just would be my guess. So we'll get introduced to him. We'll probably see what his ability is, get backstory on him and Nico, and kind of see what we have from there. It's probably the most excited thing we've had in a while, so hopefully it's pretty good. Pressing play on it right now. Here we go. Everything's on. Are these his... No, I thought they were his crewmates. Maybe they're people of this island or something. He's actually massive too, by the way. Especially that long island we just came from, where everything was like way too big. We've never seen her this emotional about anything, unless it was like when Crocodile had her like on the brink of death. Besides that, she's so nonchalant about any and everything. Gee, she's hyperventilating. Only 3 people have Admiral? Holy shit. Wow, and they just name dropped all 3. Fleet. Oh wow, so he is that dude. One of those dudes. So there's only 3 admirals and then 1 person above them. That's crazy, and we name dropped all of them there. I need to go back and read those again. Jesus Christ. So maybe he's not on any marine business? Pirates? So he's trying to think of the word pirates? So there's only 3 admirals. Wow. Okay. So is that his thing? He always gets sleepy and tired. That's it. Every character has a thing. Every character has a thing. Oh. He was looking for her. Oh my god. Luffy was about to send that death shot right at his head. I thought he was gonna gum pistol right at his brows. So there's only... I'm still blown away that there's only 3 admirals in the entire Marine Corps, Navy, and all that. That's wild. And then there's only 1 person above them, which was like Supreme Navy. They said something. I didn't get the name. I want to go back and look at that though. That's insane, really. And he said he was actively looking for the whereabouts of her. Now, the question is, with the whole Navy Marines thing, because we know, where do warlords and admirals rank? Are they same playing field? Admirals above, since there's less? I don't know. Is it? Can we say all 3 admirals are stronger than all warlords? But maybe some rank higher? I don't know. It's a tricky question. Their ship got sunk by a frag? A frog? He rides a bicycle? How does he manage that? Pirates. They've used that shot like 3 times by now. She's still shook as hell. He's taking them with him. Isn't a Marine somebody that would help people, though, stranded and all that type of stuff? It'd be you, the pirates, we don't listen to, right? You'd want a Marine to show up, right? Yeah. We are the bad guys, he says. He has a bike. How does he... Does he have a devil's fruit that allows... His ability allows him to bike? Even if he did, that's gotta be like such a slow process. Because even if he does something to the water with a devil's fruit ability, pedaling a bike just seems so slow to travel across the seas with. I don't know. No, he's gonna ride his bike. What's he do? What's his devil's ability do? If he could ride a bike, it's got to solidify it of some kind, or give it some kind of traction. Or what is he summoning? What the hell is he doing? Is he summoning something? Oh, Jesus. Buddy? I'm gonna take that out so we can see your powers on display. Freezes. He freezes. Oh my god, look how wide. Holy shit. That's broken as fuck. Whew. I didn't know what I was gonna. It had to be something that could solidify water that he'd be able to put a regular bike across. It was so instant too. Wow, it even freezes him. Some Todoroki shit. Now you know how we go when we start talking about abilities, right? You could apply this to Ace as well. I think Ace is the only one, and then our man here, Aokiji. Does the freezing affect his body? Just like if Ace goes too hot, is it too much? Or we're not doing that. We're not doing that My Hero Academia shit where Devil's Fruit abilities can negatively affect the user, or what? I don't know. Like if he pumps too much, will it like actually freeze him? If Ace uses too much fire, will he actually like harm his body? Or that we don't do consequences like that in this world. We just like straight. So he bikes across the ocean by freezing the water underneath him. Man, so besides Ace and I'd say Enru, something that widespread, that effective, that fast? Here's the thing though. I'm sure we're going to run into him again. I'm sure. Now you start rattling your brain on what are his abilities. Can he just produce ice? Or does he need something to freeze specifically? He's more dangerous with, I'm guessing, water around him, correct? Because he could just manipulate it and freeze it. Same thing with Crocodile. He can make sand and things like that, but if he's in a desert setting, the possibilities are limitless. So that might be the same thing here with him. He might be able to create certain amounts of ice to an extent, but only so much. But if he's around water that he can then freeze and manipulate, the possibilities could be... I don't know. I don't know. It's a lot to ask. Oh. Is he saying Goldie Rogers is his Gramps? Is he saying he's Goldie Rogers? Is his Gramps a Marine, an Admiral? Oh. Oh. He's not wrong. It might be best to nip this in the bud now. Yeah, why let it become a problem? We can get rid of it now. Yeah. And I think it's safe to say, again, at this point in the story, he could probably handle all them. But I bet you like 800 episodes from now, he couldn't stand a chance of just Luffy 1v1, right? At the age of 8, she had 80 million berries put on her head. Wow. Oh, wow. Yeah, I was about to say, is she gonna be waiting to backstab them at any point? She gonna switch up on them when the times get tough, or...? Maybe that's why she purposely tries not to remember things, because she just group hops. Former thief girl. She's still shaking. She started it. Yeah, puck. Is it ice clone? Oh my god, he just sprouted back up again. Can he even be killed? She just snapped that man in half. Oh god. How do you even deal with that shit? Holy shit. Okay. So he did have to use something tangible, though, to make that. He couldn't make the ice saber. He had to freeze the grass to have something. Luffy stopped it, I'm guessing? Or Zoro? That's that dude. I'm glad it was him and not Luffy. Oh shit. Yo, you're lucky he doesn't freeze Luffy. He doesn't freeze them hard enough to where their limbs just snap off, by the way. They're lucky their limbs don't just snap off, by the way. Woof. This would be the perfect ace matchup, though, right? Hey! Oh, man. What the hell is happening right now? Well, she's just dead. I mean, she's just dead. She's not dead, but I mean, besides the fact that her brain is now frozen, he just put her in a. He just made her a popsicle, straight up. Oh God! And the thing is, like, if that gets shattered, she might just die. What an entrance. Let me turn some of this down a little bit. That was pretty wild. It's probably one of the best entrances to anybody we've had in the story. Zoro's was pretty dope when we saw him for the first time. Sanji's was a little bit of build-up. I mean, that's got to be one of the best. Ace was good as well, just because of the realization that he was Luffy's actual brother. Now, he said... Oh, that's what I want to get those three names again. Go back to that very beginning part where we're talking about... I think we're right in this... I'm going to have to mute this, by the way. So there's only 3 officers in the Navy. That have the title Admiral. Only 3, wow. Him, Aokiji, Akanu, and Kizaru. I'm guessing they're all 3 guys. Okay. And then the only one above them is Fleet Admiral Sengoku, who reigns as the top official in the Navy. There has to be somebody above that, right? So he's Fleet Admiral. I would expect there to be multiple fleets. Wouldn't they have multiple fleet admirals? I don't know. Maybe each admiral... I don't know. I'm just trying to think of, like, from a Navy standpoint. And I don't know if we're ever going to get to it in this type of story. Remember how I used to say, like, man, I'd love to see, like, Luffy have a pirate fleet of, like, 100 ships and, like... Nami commands like 50 and Zoro commands 50 and everybody just kind of like commands their own and they all fly under Luffy. That's what I imagine like the Navy would be in my head, and the Marines, like Aokiji commands like hundreds of ships and fleets. I don't know if they're going to go that kind of large scale in this One Piece thing where it's just like hundreds of pirate ships rolling up on Luffy at one time, all led by different like fleet admirals and warlords and captain. I don't know if we're going to go that type of thing. So the 3 admirals, and then there's one above them, and there's got to be somebody that they take orders from, right? Fleet Admiral Sengoku. Okay. That man is one of the 3 men called the World Government's Ultimate Powerhouse. Okay. Interesting. Huh. And what did he call his ability? He said something right before he like actually froze it up. He said something right before he did it. Ice Age is what he said. Okay. Now, despite his crazy rank, it's so wild that, like, again, I don't know if this is... You would think somebody like this would be kind of like one of the end boss levels, like he'd be closer to like the 1,000 number pages, or maybe they spread it out. Maybe we don't run into another Admiral for another like 300 episodes, and then we run into the next. Maybe he's the weakest of the 3. I don't know. And that Fleet Admiral Sengoku. So we got that stuff. The Admiral and the Fleet Admiral above them. The reveal of his ability. I knew it had to be something that made him be able to tread a bike across water. I just didn't know what it was. I don't know if it was going to be like concrete or ice or anything. And then he name drops Luffy's grandfather. Now there's never been any mention of Luffy's parents at all. I'm sure we'll find out more about that just because Luffy is the main character. I don't see how we kind of skirt past who his actual parents are. But why was Luffy making that face of like, oh shit, you know who my grandfather is because Luffy doesn't even know who his grandfather is, or Luffy knows who his grandfather is. How should I put this? You're just like your gramps. I thought we were talking about Goldie Rogers was his gramps or something like that. So are we saying that is Luffy's grandfather a pirate that helped him out at one point? Or is Luffy's grandfather currently or was a Marine? Those are kind of the biggest questions of the entire episode. Is Luffy's grandfather name drop? Who is he? Like, Marine, pirate, still alive? What does he do? The three admirals and the fleet admiral above them. And then Aokiji's ability with the ice. Now again, he clearly... So he creates ice off of himself. I don't know if he can manifest ice into actual things without needing to freeze something. Like, I would think that... Like, Ace would be the perfect counter matchup for this, because he could just melt the ice with his flames. But speaking of like Ace and Smoker and our man here, he made like an ice saber, but he had to have something to freeze into that shape. He picked up the grass and threw it and froze it to have something it could freeze around. Can he not just create like a ice saber from just the ice itself, or he has to have something he tangibly freezes to create tangible things? Besides that, it looks like the ice just comes off of him, kind of like Todoroki in a sense, where like he's not manipulating it into things, he just spams ice from his being. And again, I don't know if we're going to go to the My Hero Academia route where like users like him or Ace, if he freezes too much, is he damaging himself or slowing himself down because he's freezing? Is that why he's always tired type thing, or that's just a personality trait? Same thing with Ace. If Ace pumps out too much fire, too much heat, is he actually burning or damaging himself? I don't know if we're going to go that route. Where like Devil's Fruit or Quirks have it's something you need to train up or it could hurt you. But that's one of the best. I appreciate the episode. That's one of the better episodes we've had since, I think, getting to see Enru use his abilities on a mass scale. Because the Skypiea stuff wasn't that great either. But I'd say the episode right before we went up to Skypiea, when we got like the Warlord Doflamingo information drop, seeing just how absurdly strong Enru was, and then this episode are the three best episodes we've had in like 50 plus episodes, if not more. So hopefully we can keep it up. We should leave off next episode. We should start next episode right here, so maybe we get another decent one. And it looks like he's contemplating like bringing them in. Like, he knows they're dangerous, but like, is it not your duty as a Marine or an Admiral to like, if you see pirates, to just bring them in? Or maybe they're too low, but they have a pretty decently high bounty. At least other pirates we run into seem to acknowledge their bounties, but maybe to him it's still such a low bounty and low threat that it's not worth the trouble of trying to bring them all in. I don't know, but he seems to be maybe okay letting them go. And again, with his frozen ability, it's almost like the candle wax. You remember when everybody got frozen up in the wax by Mr. 3? It was almost like, do we have to be careful? Because, like, is that limb not going to come off after it's frozen solid? If I go tap it, is Luffy's arm just going to fall off? This ice is like a crazy counter to Luffy, in my opinion. I think it's one of his worst possible matchups. Without the lightning was one of his best, this has to be one of the worst, because Luffy has to make physical contact with you at all times. He just wound up a punch. I don't know if he put his all into it, you know. But even if he gets a blow on you, as soon as he makes contact, like, I'm just freezing that up. And then if I get the ability to chop it, oh, sounds like a mess. But solid episode, great stuff. That's what I'm here for. So go ahead and leave it there. Patreon members, you guys will see this on Sunday, and we'll go from there. Like, share, favorite, subscribe as always.